Kips Clips. Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kips Clips. So as I ease myself back into this geopolitical swing of things, getting back into the daily grind of the news, analysing and deciphering that bullcrap, when I have been exploring a wee bit of willful ignorance, I've been battering around a few ideas which I'm now trying to put in place and see what the hell comes of them, man, because you got to be in it to win it. So first and foremost is the Cannabis Culture Chat, which I'll be launching. It's a channel for people that are into cannabis culture, and that will be launching on the first Thursday on the first Thursday this February. And with regards to this, I've done it in the past. I'm going to be more committed to it in the future. I'm going to get cards printed out. I'm going to get flyers printed out. I'm genuinely going to do this. This sounds like a stupid idea, but I'm going to do it. And when you verbalise it and when you say it out loud, these things have a fucking habit of happening. I'm going to get a sandwich board, and I'm going to one weekend, one Saturday or something, I'm going to take to George Square and be a sandwich board, and it's going to say vote us, not them. And then I'm going to be voting. I'm going to be trying to sell the concept, which I've been harping on for some time now. This is the way I can see us having not a revolution, a resolution to what's going on. And I'm going to try and keep this focused and quick to the point, which it says here in my first bullet point. So firstly, let's have a wee shifty at some of the old stuff that I will leave links for, which will explain to the nth degree the method in my madness, the madness that I am talking about here. So first and foremost, let's have a wee look over here. What you'll see down here, join the UK's real election this 7th of May. This was back in May 2015. This was before the general election. This is when I held my election prior to me declaring myself independent, getting it all recorded on record. And that's when I became the founding father of Estonia, and this was where Estonia came from. This is where I withdrew my consent. This is where I took back my sovereignty. None of this is in my name. It sounds bizarro, but more people need to start understanding that concept, and the more and more we do it. And the process of doing this through their democracy scam is voting for us, not them, right? So let's have a wee look. I'll leave a link for all this down below. Hold on a wee second. What I'll do is I'll just turn that fucking camera off so you can see what I'm talking about here. So these are videos I've done with the idea running up to it. Here was the police. I'm going to reissue this. This is recently went out my channel. Police Force Scotland shut down the real election. The police come up to me and tell me I can't call it the real election. It's confusing people, right? So they couldn't stop me doing what I was doing. They can't stop you having a vote in a if they're standing up there and saying it's a democracy scam. So again, I point back to my previous videos if you want to see this explained to the nth degree, but I have actually been out there on the ground and actually done this myself. That's why I can actually stand up, and I need more people to do it, but I will. But nobody is voting for me. Nobody is getting involved with my bullcrap. So what you can also do, there's Alan McVicker, he's done it, a few other people got involved as well. War is over, if you want it, there's the John Lennon thing there. My Real Declaration of Independence, get involved, I want yours too, real change. I mean, you got to try for this stuff, and if you don't try, you can't achieve. So, I mean, like, I know exactly what I want. I want people to understand that the sovereignty, the power, making decisions lie within the individual. We need to reclaim that. Anyway, I'll get to sort of the singularity where I believe we can all agree on And I believe this could take off, and everybody, I don't know. I know a lot of people can't get behind me, and I'm not asking people to subscribe to my ideas, my beliefs, anything like that, but people can get behind a good idea, and hopefully this isn't centralised. Anyway, so they're my previous videos. I'll leave links for them down below. Here I'll go through the bullet points, and hopefully I'll quickly get this off my chest. Right, so you need to withdraw your consent. Every democracy scam says that they govern and police by consent. You need to withdraw your consent. Every time they vote, we vote. So every time the government has an election, we stand next to the government sanctioned election, and we're voting not for a party, not for an ideology, not for a cause. We're voting us, not them, because we understand the singularity is we cannot ask the system to change, right? So voting for no party or ideology, no centralisation, no leader, so everybody does this at their own polling station, or as many groups as we possibly can, is worldwide, every country, and it's just taking the power back to the people, right? It's balancing the scales. It's a realisation of where the power lies, us not them, and this is completely non-violent. All you need is a box in your legs and stand next to a polling station and say, vote us, not them. Just an understanding, the state and democracy has failed us, and it's time to replace it. Simple, that's the singularity. Democracy has failed, the state has failed. We keep going back to ask permission for the state for us to change the stuff that we all know that's inherently wrong, inherently corrupt, all these institutions which are inherently built on a foundation of filth. We do not need to ask permission from the slaver to be free, right? The chains which enslave us are invisible. We all know, a lot of people agree with that point. We need to realise that and break them. And we need to take the power back by voting for us, not them. Show the democracy scam for what it is. So that's the singularity and what we can agree on. Once we all get together and vote, once there's more people at our box than their box, once there's more people voting us, not them, that's when we can all sit down like adults and sit round a table and discuss what kind of world we want, what kind of systems, so on, economy, so on and so forth that we want. That's the way they'll divide us before we even get to a point where we can overthrow them. By dividing us before we get to the point. We're not here to argue about what's the perfect system, because there is no perfect system. All we need to agree on is that the system has failed, democracy has failed, is corrupt, the democracy isn't real, and we all have to come together with the singularity to say vote us, not them. Democracy isn't real. And as I said, once we all sit down round the table and discuss the many and millions of better options that are available to us, how to govern, how to rule, so on and so forth. It doesn't have to be anarchy, it doesn't have to be conservatism, it doesn't have to be socialism, it doesn't have to be communism, it doesn't have to be any of these. All these parties, all these well-meaning people from all these pigeonholes that have been created to keep us divided, we all need to come together with the singularity that the state is never going to change unless we change for ourselves. And I'm not advocating any violence, I'm advocating a purely democratic revolution or a coup, kicking these technocrats out who believe they have some authority over us through the current democratic process, which has so much apathy built into it that as we all understand it represents none of us, if any of us at all. So we need to get together with this singularity. So it's vote us, not them. It's not a party, it's not an ideology, it's a singularity, it's an understanding that the state isn't going to change itself. We need to take back the power ourselves, and we can then, once we get that singularity of declaring that we no longer need the state and the institutions as we used to understand them, we can all then sit down like adults and discuss what we want. And that is what the gatekeepers are keeping you from. The understanding that we have the power to change it tomorrow if we all decided that we wanted it. Like John Lennon understood, war is over if you want it. It's the power it really is within us, and I've rambled on enough, but that is it. Vote us, not them. What I also wanted to show you, which I forgot to go and show yous, but what I'll try and do now is I've made a YouTube, I've made a Facebook page which is called Vote Us, not them. Time to take our power back. I'll leave a link for that below as well. And I've also made a Google Plus page as well. Cookie's the only one that's got involved so far. I invited him in. I've only just came up with this idea myself. As I said, this is stuff that I've been sitting on for not been sitting on for some time, but this is the idea I've had as the mechanism to affect change for some time. This was like back in over 2 years ago. I was actually on the streets at the polling stations doing this thing. Now, I was really fucking disheartened with the fact that I had to go and do that. I didn't have to go and do it myself. I did do it myself, but I was hoping that fucking some people would see some method in my madness and maybe go, right, oh, hold on, I'll even come and stand next to you while you make a moron of yourself. But nah, it was me on my Todd, standing down at the bottom of my end of my flats. And it's really disheartening when you do this shit and you just like get fucking little to no. It's not even like support, but it's just somebody giving you a wee bit of energy. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I'm happy to chat to everybody till the hills come home and all that, man. But what's everybody doing, wasting time? You want to just sit around about magic bullets and UFOs and fucking wonder your life away, or actually do something? I mean, come on, like, actually change it. When are you actually sick and tired of being sick and tired? When is anybody actually going to get up off their fucking arse and do anything? Like, engage? The world ain't going to change because you've got a hard luck story, or you get something, you know what I mean? You actually have to go out and affect it yourself. Aren't you pissed off enough yet? Hasn't the boot clamped down on your face enough yet? I know it has for me many years ago. That's what got me into this shit. Personal experience. Anyway, thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. All the links below for the old videos explaining how I've got to this conclusion of how I think we can affect change. Vote us, not them. Break their democracy scam. Bring the power back to us. Withdraw your consent. They say they rule and govern with consent. That is manufactured through the polling stations, through people voting for all these political parties. It doesn't matter what political party you vote for, you're giving your consent to the state. Withdraw your consent from the state because it's in a bad state and it's not there to fucking serve us, it's there to serve them. The state and the people that serve the state, not the citizens who keep the state. Anyway, I digress. All the links will be below. Thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Please share this with family, friend, people that might want to get involved. I'm not asking you to come and stand next to me. You can do this yourselves. There's the Facebook page there. I'm happy to open this up and let everybody do it. There's a few pages there that people can get together and do this. 2 or 3 of these. Go and watch my videos. When I done it, I stood next to my polling station. I got involved with the people there. I chatted to them about my mad ideas about this, about how things work, and I got a lot of engagement. And that's what we need more of. Less people sitting here bumping their gums, fucking talking about conspiracy, actually doing something, right? And constructive. I'm not talking about violence or anything like that. I'm talking about a genuine way where how I believe that people, not me, people, this idea, this understanding of where the power lies can genuinely affect change, or even get a few more people into the position where they understand where the power lies. As I said, all links will be below. Please thumbs it up, share it, tell a friend, tell a family, tell people that you think might gravitate towards this information. There's PayPal and Patreon buttons below if you want to support any of the bullcrap I'm doing. I'm trying to do this full time. This is the like, if you want to support the media you want to see, you need to there has to be media you want to be. Anyway, thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. All comments, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, I will read and respond to as many as I can. Anybody that wants to get involved in any way, whether it be on your Todd, getting involved with a group, it'd be good for as many people as we possibly can to get involved. Feel that you want to get involved politically, but know there isn't any parties out there. Know that voting's a scam. This is the perfect option. for everybody, and I'm not leaving anybody out, no matter what affiliation. This is just a singularity of understanding that we can't change things from within the system. System's broke. It's never going to let us escape it unless we stand outside it and create a new system and ignore the old one. Take our, like Murph said, take our ball back. All links below. Alrighty, YouTube, thanks for listening. Sorry for rattling on so much. Catchies.
F.E.A.R, 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 come on. It keeps the cheese and the maize and the rats and the race and those peasants in the days like a police. It's F.E.A.R, come on.